I want to talk about some strategies you should be thinking about when you read any text, not just for this class, but for any class. This may be review for some of you, and for others this may just serve as a gentle reminder. For still others, though, this may be a wholly new way of thinking about reading. As with any skill, the more you practice, the better you get. So even when just looking at a single-page document, challenge yourself to read it actively. Active reading is one of those terms that doesn't have a standard definition. A lot of us know what we think it means, but challenged with actually defining it, we struggle. Here's a definition I stumbled into a few years ago, which I think makes clear that active reading is a skill that can and should be used in and beyond your college classes. Reading actively means you are reading with a specific goal in mind. A goal not just to understand the text, but to also evaluate that text for its relevance to your needs. Reading actively means to be mindful of your own reading, to think about how you are reading whatever text you have before you. One of the best things you can do to actively read is to think about the text before you actually read it. Ask what you know, and look up what you don't about the text. What is it about? Why are you reading it? Who wrote it? When did they write it? Why did they choose to write it? Thinking about these things helps frame the text for you. It creates some context and makes an isolated piece of writing a part of something bigger and more clear. Taking notes as you read really is one of the best things you can do to make sure you aren't just skimming over the text. Your notes should make sense to you, but some of these suggestions are great things to consider. Think about these as signposts to help you from getting lost in the text. They help you find your way back and help you double back just in case. Reading a text can seem daunting, especially if it's a longer text, but remember that any piece of writing is just a collection of smaller pieces. Just like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, you need to look at each individual piece. Summarizing each piece or putting together an outline or some other kind of diagram can really help you understand each piece as well as the text as a whole. Another great technique is to, after reading the whole thing, write your own one-paragraph summary. If you struggle to summarize the text as a whole, you haven't read it well enough. Afterwards, challenge yourself to see just how well you have read the text. See if you can write down the key points without looking at the text. See if you can write a challenging exam question about the text and then write an answer for that question. Try to teach what you've learned to someone else. You can't teach something if you don't understand it. The philosopher Derrida claimed that we could apply our critical reading skills to anything, another person, a historical event, a building, a city. We'll be doing this throughout the semester, so start now. Do some pre-reading of New Orleans. What do you already know about it? Who has written this city? Why did they write it? If you're interested in some more suggestions, there are plenty of great sites online that will offer them to you. There's no one proper way to actively read. Do what works best for you, but you do have to do something. Active reading requires action. Passive reading doesn't get you anything. Push yourself to dig deeper into every text. Thanks for watching. Now that you're done, please complete this quick assessment. Go to our course Brightspace, go to the discussion tool, and post a new thread in the active reading discussion topic.